Okay, so when we last left off, you guys entered the city of Bayside on the task of pursuing a lead to a potential hideout to one of the people that are part of the group that is pursuing you. And you got into town, did a little bit of reconnaissance and restocking, a little shopping episode, and it is just towards the evening after you have done a little bit of shopping and are resupplying yourselves, and it is not quite sunset, but you're getting towards there. So at this point, you have 2 days until the ship that with your target cargo is leaving for its destination. What are you doing?
I think I already went through all the shops, so I'm good. Looks like Matt had to reset.
Hello.
Okay.
We got you.
Hello. Hello.
You there?
You can hear us?
Your mic switched out. That's why you can't hear us.
Hello.
There you go.
Hey, buddy.
Okay. Alright. My baby. Well, it's dark, guys. Did anybody see an inn along the way? Did I see an inn along the way?
You took note of several locations that at least had food, if not shelter. It was unclear. But there is one um, one ramshackle-looking bar tavern sort of thing on the pier by the name of the Bobbing Cork. It looks like it was made out of the remains of half of a ship, and the other three walls were comprised of driftwood and large
Oh,
planks and things like that. That is on the pier. You saw what seemed to be a fancy restaurant style place called the Draft House with a large awning. There was a sweet shop along the main drag called Nuts and Bob's, and you saw inside there was a little bit of sweets and bakeries and that sort of thing. And as long along the style of bedding, you saw one place named Helga's that seemed to be a B&B of sorts, and one place that had a sign on the front that didn't seem to be an establishment of its own, but had a sign up front that said Chuck Nees Rentals.
Well, the pickings are endless. There is one small thing. I like pull out my little tiny wallet bag that I have. It's like a little leather pouch where I put all my money, and it has one gold coin in it. I used all my money getting them rings a second ago.
So you're broke.
Well, I have a coin.
yeah. So you're broke.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I
I don't
have
need money.
I have plenty of money if you need anything.
I don't need much.
Animal, animal handling.
You're
Oh
an
no,
animal.
I didn't mean to do that.
Pill just starts
It's
patting
like,
Sam on the
who,
head.
who are you trying to handle? What's going on here?
Pill says thank you to Samael and starts patting him on the head.
This is okay.
Good, good boy. But no, I don't need much. I mean, really, I don't want to be a bother to anybody.
Oh, okay. Well, you can starve, I guess.
No, no, I won't starve.
Anyways, so what are you guys up to? What should we do?
I guess we just wait it out for the night until we can take the boat.
Well, we have 2 days for that.
Oh goodness. Well, depending on how much ale we can afford, those 2 days should pass by pretty quick.
Or we can explore.
I mean, there's that too.
Ray just wants to be mindlessly drunk all the time.
It has been a bit of time since I've had some ale.
Here we go.
There we go. We're getting
I just got
pale
outvoted.
drunk.
All right. I can afford at least a round.
So we should probably find a place to buy a said round first.
Yes.
Hi ho! Put my little hat on,
Your big straw hat.
my big straw hat.
Where are you guys headed to?
Is anybody on the street?
Whatever-
Yeah, there's a few people on the street traveling back and forth. You see one or two people carrying packages or carrying what seem to be medium-sized wheelbarrows that have some goods in them that are covered, and they're either coming in or heading out of the dock area, passing you and going either into the wilds next to the city, or coming in the reverse and delivering goods to the ships.
Can I stop one? Ask them where the closest inn is, or tavern, or both.
Yeah, you stop one. Yes, can I help you?
Is he a sailor?
It doesn't seem to be a sailor. He seems to be a half-elfin a traveler of sorts. He has a lot of leathers on. He doesn't seem to be fit for sailing. He seems like he's fit for doing this, for transiting goods by foot.
Oh, okay. Can you point me in direction of the nearest inn?
The nearest inn to here, he sort of looks around over his shoulder, back and forth. I guess it'd be the Cork down on the pier, towards the dock.
Ah, fine. Yeah, I'm assuming he points in a direction.
Yeah. He's pointing in the direction of the water, but north up the shore, a little bit from where you're at.
Okay. Much appreciated.
Hmm.
Then I'm gonna walk up to the guys and be like, "This way."
All right.
Doesn't take you much time to get
Either
there.
way.
About 5 minutes walk, and up the dock, you see not many people that are on the dock at this time. The place that you're headed to is, like I said, it seems to be mostly made out of large pieces of driftwood and rope. There's some like old fish nets that are like pulled tight to hold some pieces together, and the door itself is just made of just another couple planks of what seem to be part of a ship that's just a couple planks fastened to other boards that functions as a swinging door, but is barely on the hinges. The top of it is like this large mast that's been broken off halfway, and it's just like it looks like this place has been put together by a giant beaver or something. That's just holding this whole building together. As you get closer, you see not a large amount of people on the outside, but the inside seems to be pretty well staffed right now.
Hello, everyone. I hit my head and going in the door again.
Just hello.
Oh,
I'm gonna walk up and pat you on the back.
The inside is this. You would almost assume it would be drafty by the way the outside looks, but the inside is pretty well secured. Apparently, there's a second or third layer past the outside, decorative exterior that keeps the draft away, and it has been just absolutely swathed in pitch, and it's very watertight and dry. Actually, relatively warm. There's a lot of people in here in this area. There's a couple people playing music just randomly. A couple of them have gotten together and have just picked up a jam together. There's a lot of people who are just drinking, telling stories, eating. There's a couple of odd characters playing darts. One of them being a tabaxi with a large brimmed hat and sunglasses on, and they're going back and forth. Anybody that wants to make me a perception check, please.
Do you need us all to?
No, that's I think that's pretty good. Pell, you look around and you don't see anybody particular to you. You do see that there are 3 or 4 empty tables that you can choose from. There's a couple seats at the bar, but there are all these tables are basically round tables, some cut in half and shoved up against the wall so they're semicircles. You find 3 tables that are open with enough space for your group there, most of them towards the middle, one towards the wall. Vorik, you looking around, you see basically the same, but you also get the feeling that there's a couple people here you recognize, but you can't quite put a finger on it. 2 people in the corner that are talking, and one man who has a hat on, a brown hat, and he has one of the tables pushed up against the wall to himself, and he has a bunch of papers on the table spread out and a plate of half-eaten food pushed to the side.
So more or less like familiar faces. Like I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, they're seemingly familiar to you.
Oh, okay. I will make
There's
a
a
note.
couple open tables over here.
Yeah. I'm gonna make note of where they are and then just follow Pale if we're going over to the table.
As soon as you guys sit down, bartender serves somebody else at the bar and looks to you and gives a wave. Be right with you. And he goes back to serving at the bar.
I just want to like
Take
wave.
your time.
Yeah, I'm gonna wave back in acknowledgement when he says that.
I'm gonna hold up a couple gold coins and say, "Make it quick."
It doesn't take very long, especially after Samael's encouragement. He's over there with just a quick piece of parchment in his hand. It seems like it's been folded several times. Pulls out with a pen of sorts, a piece of charcoal. Yeah, what can I get you?
You got any specials today?
No, nothing special here. Getting, I mean,
Fucking great.
we got liquor and water, beer and whiskey. No food on this establishment.
Okay, I'll take your strongest liquor.
Can do. The rest of you?
That sounds good.
I will take a beer.
He kind of raises his finger up and thinks, hold on. You know what? I can throw something together real quick. I do have the makings, and he kind of leans back a little bit to see what he has behind the bar. Yeah, I think I got enough. I can make you a mixed drink if you wanted to. I know how to make a couple.
What do you mix it in?
Well, the 2 that I'm particularly good at are something I call Hunter's Mark and Turn Undead. Depends on if you're in the mood for rum or bourbon.
I'll
I
take
do
one of the
enjoy
undead.
some- Yeah.
I couldn't hear you. This is pretty loud. What do you say?
I will take an undead.
All right, one for you. And for you there, and he points to Vorik.
Give me one as well.
All right. Elf, you still want the whiskey, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you? And Ugbor says that he'll just take an ale. All right, coming right up. Puts the paper bag in his pocket and walks off. As you wait, you don't hear much particular conversation. You hear some bantering back and forth between sailors about fish stories and tales of water, rumors and things like that about transient dangers and things that people encounter on the water. Apparently, a lot of them happen at night and hard to see. Bigfoot type of stories. Everything's always out of focus. But there's them. You hear people cheer over at the at the darts area where people were playing darts, and just general whispers back and forth.
A lively place.
My kind of establishment.
Do I? Where are those guys I recognized?
You guys are in this more or less the center front of the room, like just a table behind the bar.
Two straight back.
The two you recognize, one is in the let's assume we're on a map here, and the north is the bar from where you're at. The door is straight south. The people you saw, the two in that were discussing that you kind of recognize at one table, they're in the corner on the back right, on the bottom right, and the one by himself is sitting facing the wall directly off to your right.
Okay. I'll wait a second.
Okay, are you gonna look in their direction at all?
Yeah, I'll look over at them. I mean, if they acknowledge me, then I'll acknowledge them, but I'm not gonna go out of my way just yet.
You can't tell that they have acknowledged you. The one with his back turned to you said he has a brown hat on top of whitish gray hair. He's wearing armor of some sort, not dissimilar to Pills in attributes like the breastplates and leathers and things, but different colors, much darker themed. Some of it seems to be almost decoratively pointy. And the two in the corner seem to be trying to be inconspicuous. They are wearing just browns and whites and cottons, keeping their heads down, and one of them is leaning his head on his hand. Both of them are facing each other, not anybody else in the bar.
Okay. Do I notice any weapons or anything on them?
Not directly, no. Not from where you're at.
All right.
You look familiar with this place.
Have I been here before?
I would say no, not in your personal history. You've not been here.
Okay.
Have you done some sailing before, buddy?
Oh, definitely. That's how I came to find myself with the ailment you graciously took away.
Oh, one of them's got a bird.
Yeah, and you see one small green bird fly from one person to another and then back after taking a piece of food off their plate.
Oh, pretty. Did you go anywhere in particular during your travels? Just different places?
For Dewey was chanting.
I'm here.
There you go.
Some places. That's a tale for a different time.
I mean, far be it from me, but I think we have plenty of time.
Oh, this is a good tale. Perhaps once we get a drink or two in.
All right.
And it takes just another minute or so, and then guy comes back with 2 drinks in one hand, 2 in the other. All right, he kind of pops them all on the table and then shows them to their respective people. Ale for you, straight whiskey for you, and 2 turn undeads. And he passes 2 half-sized glasses to both of you. That's something of my own making. Please let me know if you like it. It's a little bit of lime juice, white rum, cranberry, and a little bit of basil-ease in there for a little bit of bitter. There you are. Let me know if you need anything else. Be right over here. Name's Jeffrey.
Thank you. I like down it in one go.
Yeah, it tastes kind of sweet and bitter at the same time. Nothing unpleasant. Nothing incredibly complex or high end, but it's very pleasant to you.
It has been a while.
In this time, a few of the musicians have piped down. One guy even left. Um, as people, one and then two and then a couple more start to leave. As the door opens, you can tell it's gone from evening to halfway through sunset outside.
So we're getting there then.
Mhm.
Oh. So he said there's no food here, correct?
No, there is no food there. Not offered.
Rations it is.
Well, if you want it, I can make some food.
Ooh, what you got?
It won't be better than rations. And I'll make a lot of it.
Oh.
Unnecessarily a lot of it.
Maybe that's for another time.
I could feed everybody in here, really.
Maybe that's dire situation.
Ugh.
Out of the corner of your eye, Vork, you see the gentleman by himself gather his papers, lay some coin on the table, and package everything that he was working on up, put it in his sack, and get up and begin to leave. As he leaves, he has to duck around a table, just south of him, and he, goes a little bit in your direction as he heads for the door. You see that this seems to be a cleaned up. It's almost unrecognizable the way he carries himself now, but this is a cleaned up, armored, fully awake Hank.
Oh.
And he
I
makes
wanna
his way
holler
out the
at
door.
him.
Okay, so what do you say?
Just like super excited and be like, Hank!
He stops and looks around. Yes?
Wave him like over to me.
Uh, uh, yes, do I know you?
Oh yeah, I forgot you probably
Sorry,
won't
I'm
recognize.
back. Sorry. Jeez. Woo.
I didn't think about that part. It's Vorik.
Oh, from Hopewell.
Yes.
You look much different than the person I last saw.
As do you.
Well, I suppose that is to happen.
How
Oh, was he cursed too?
in a different way.
Oh.
How you been? How are things?
Better. We'll say better.
That's good.
I'm currently making my way to a place called the Memory Tree. Have you heard of it?
What was that?
I'm making myself way to the Memory Tree.
The memory tree. I've not heard of that.
It's one of those places that are rumored to exist, but it's worth a trek, I suppose.
Is it to forget something?
No,
remember?
it's if everything is to be believed, it's a location wherein exists a tree that is a living being into itself, that it supposedly takes memories that are attached to items and preserve them more or less forever for others to entertain and honor the memory itself.
Oh.
I'm taking a few things from my family, and I'm headed there. After you left, it took me some time to get on my feet, but I found solace in a deity that I have once served but long forgotten, and through a little bit of prayer and counsel, he's directed me this way. We can't all be on our knees forever.
It's good philosophy.
Who do you serve, may I ask?
I serve the Lord on the Rack, El Mater. And Channing,
Well,
you see, but beneath his brown hat, he has grown a pretty substantial beard of a couple inches, all white, matching his hair. His armor and clothes are brown and black leathers with little adornments of uh, sharpened steel and decorative skulls that aren't like morbid, but more like Dia de los Muertos style sort of things.
Oh yeah.
He carries an elongated battle axe on his back that was that he laid on the alongside the table when he was at the table. And he has a sort of a not a kilt but like a three-piece long strip of leathers that go from his waist down his front almost to his ankles, and you kind of like half calf.
Hank's become a badass. Um,
What brings you this direction? I was saving my own maps.
Traveling with a new group here. Trying to make some gold, like always.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad pursuit, I suppose. I myself have taken off of the water, but I've heated some old contacts to, get some information. I think I've nailed down where I need to go.
Where's that, if you don't mind me asking? Or
Well,
what direction?
it's somewhere north of the Glistening Gulf, a little bit, kind of more or less in the center of the Scattered Wilds, if that makes sense. It's north of Zan.
Okay. Yeah, I get you.
it is always good to hear the work of one's deity helping them out.
If he said this is in the Scattered Wilds, do I recognize or remember anything that could potentially be what he's talking about?
No, you've never been in that area at all in your life.
Okay.
A few of you might have, Agbor and Samuel in the travels, but nothing that you recall. You don't recall any stories per se, and you definitely have not encountered this place.
So I've been around a little bit, mostly just because I'm old. Have I heard about it or anything?
Roll a history check.
Okay. It's not going to be very good. Well, actually, it might be.
Oh yeah.
I've actually heard of this place. You've never been there, of course, but you have heard pretty detailed accounts, especially from your contact in the secret peace. This place is one basically as described. Although you've heard it in more detail, the tree is serviced by a small group of people who are housed nearby. The tree is said to have pieces of people's memories and dearest connections to them, lockets, wedding rings, tiny stuffed animals from children that are lost, all dangling from the limbs of this tree, tied to it with red string. And once the knot is completed there, then the item is tended to by one of the tree tenders over there. And when the tree tenders approach the item, they whisper an incantation and wave their hands over the forfeited item, and it is said to glow before being twined around by branches that grow from the limb that it is hanging from, that further cement the connection. And if anyone was to come and touch the items and attune to it for just a moment, for just a few moments, then they would get hints and visions of the memories that are attached to this item.
So anybody, right?
Yes, anybody can visit this tree and relive the memories of loved ones that are passed and have been honored in this way. For example, there are, Pell, you would know that there are some attached to the knowledge that you have of this. There's tales of if you were to touch one of the stuffed animals that belong to a child, you would see visions of this child playing with this item with family. If you were to touch a note left by a loved one, you would hear a narration of this note in your head with an accompanying vision of the person it was intended to, and things like that.
So it's kind of like a little cut scene
Hmm.
into their life.
Yep.
It's nice that you're going there to leave something there.
Yes, it's good therapy, I suppose. It's honorable to those left, if you are of of a nature to take the trek for your loves of those people and leave memories for others to view. And it's good a good route to move on yourself from things you need to move on from. And if my God is to be believed, then maybe I can do some good along the way. I'm sorry, I feel terribly rude. My name is Hank, and this is Vorik, but I don't know your names.
Ah, he'll like bow. My name's Pill.
He reaches out a large hand, muscled from serving on ships before. Good to meet you, pal.
Here's my also large hand.
And you? Then he reaches out a hand towards Samael. Cody gone? Uh-oh.
Samael's just stuck up.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
He dead. It's all over.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, Samael introduces himself and shakes his hand, kind of quietly. And you, sir? And he reaches his hand again towards Ugbor. I'm Ugbor, and he grabs Hank's hand with fervor and starts shaking it. Well met. Well, I have to be off before it gets too late. I have a place I'm staying at a little down the way. Is there anything I can do for you, gentlemen? You let me know.
Will do. Keep in touch.
He tips his hat and he heads towards the door.
I don't know any off the top of my head, but I would assume Pell would kind of know some saying to say to him, where he worships that Illmater guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or what, like religious?
Yeah, some religious thing.
What do you just go for something? What are you gonna say?
All right, I see. I googled it a second ago. Long and strong is Dern's devotion.
He turns and just smiles at you and gives an upwards nod and keeps walking out the door. The bartender comes up to you after a few more minutes. You guys need another drink?
Yes. One quick question. How much are these?
The drinks, the ales, ales 2 copper. The mixed drinks are silver. The whiskey's 1 silver as well.
Okay. Give me a whiskey.
All right, coming right up. And anything for the rest of you?
Bring me. What was the other mixed drink you said earlier?
Hunter's Mark. It's bourbon, lemon, sugar.
Bring me that one.
All right, can do. And he heads back to fetch the other drinks. Takes a few minutes to make them. You see over the counter if you're watching that you can see him make the mixed drink for Vorik. He pours a little bit of bourbon into into a mixer, adds just a tablespoon of sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, tops it off with some sort of clear bubbling liquid, and gives that a quick stir before pouring it in another glass and topping it with a lemon round. He gets that and pours just another straight whiskey for Pell, and he pops in just a little bit of something you don't see, Pell, just a little bit of an extra liquid on top of the whiskey. Stirs that in, picks him up, and brings it over to you. All right, 1 hunter's mark, 1 whiskey. Take your time. And he walks away.
I was gonna like pick it up and like sniff the top of the glass.
Smells like whiskey, but it might have just a touch of. Well, go ahead and make me a medicine check. Medicine. You don't smell anything really. You swirl it, look at it. You can't tell anything. You take a little sip, and you can tell he probably watered it down just a little bit.
Throw it back.
I want to down mine.
Burns just as well as you expected.
Oh, it's been a while.
Almost at the same time, you hear another round of cheers, but much more stifled now with less people at the darts area, and the tabaxi, angrily takes a couple of coins and throws it down in the other guy's direction. Ah. And at the same time this happens, Vorik, if you're paying attention, you see the 2 people in the corner from before pick up and start to. They put up their hoods and start to walk out the door.
Do I recognize them any at all? Like, I don't know who these guys would be.
Maybe another perception check because it's been a while. $21. Okay. You don't recognize one of them. Both of them have their hoods up and they're clothed heading out the door. But as the one furthest back in the corner follows the one out, the one's already facing the door, coming out of the corner as he's throwing his hood up. You catch a glance of what you're pretty darn sure is Brewster heading out the door.
Oh, do I have that sending sound still?
I believe you do.
I want to activate it. Be like, I see you.
You see him stop and grab the guy in front of him. Not look around. You see him pull something out of his pocket and hold it up. And what the fuck are you doing here?
Turn around.
He turns around and looks at you.
I want to wave him over.
He takes a second and looks around at the people in the bar. He nods to his friend and sends him on his way. The second guy walks out the door. Brewster heads very slowly and as casually as he thinks he can be over to your table. Knocks his hood back with his head. Hey, what can I do for you there, friend?
It's been a while. I'm just meeting everybody here.
Sure thing. And he doesn't sit. He kneels down on the ground next to you.
Oh yeah, I also forgot. At this point, I want to take my hood off too.
You've changed a little bit.
I have for the better.
As he's kneeling down, he has his elbow on the table and he's putting his chin on 2 fingers and putting 1 finger up on the side of his head, looking at you. Huh. I mean, we all have the ability to change, don't we?
Yeah, we do. How are things your way?
Moving and grooving. We got a little bit of crap hitting the fan over there in Hopewell, so I picked up my stuff and moved on. Got another business prospect over here, as it were.
What was that last part?
Here's another business prospect over here.
Yeah.
What brings you over this way?
I mean, making gold. You know,
That's what we do.
living the dream.
You guys in town for long?
A couple of days, and then we're taking what was the name of that boat again?
The Dream Dairy.
Dreams Dairy. Yeah, Dream Dairy.
And we're taking that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Any particular reason or destination?
Oh,
Just out of curiosity, you understand?
I'm gonna lean over to Pale and be like, "Where the fuck are we going again?"
We're just doing some guard work.
Yeah, but where's the ship going?
Oh, it's going to South Sunder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
South Sunder.
You're just going from thick to thicker, aren't you?
Yeah, wherever the gold is.
Well, I'll be fixed around here for a while, I reckon. I'm trying to work an angle. We'll see how it goes. Might turn well, might turn sour. We'll see.
Hey, you need a hand, you know who to call.
Appreciate it. I've got several hands there. Yeah. I'll best be on my way. It's best if I don't hang around too often, especially in the center of the parade, if you know what I mean.
Is there something I need to watch for?
Nothing in particular. It's just I have to make myself sparse.
All right. You know how to get a hold of me.
Hmm. He holds the stone up and knock it against his head. That I do. Throws his head back up and stands up and walks out the door now.
What a nice guy.
He's a rat.
Yes. I'm sure he's. Sure. Okay.
You don't know what kind of rat I'm talking about, though.
He's just gonna throw his arm up to the bartender. Come back.
I need help. Get me out of this situation.
More booze.
Another? All right. I can do that. You another whiskey or what?
Yes.
All right. Takes him just a second to pour another glass. He does not mess with it this time. Comes over and leaves you a glass of untempered whiskey.
Downs it again.
Now, just to be clear, these are not shots. These are full glasses. I know you're large, but you haven't drank in a while. So go ahead and roll me a Constitution check.
Aha!
Yeah.
Hell, that last one hit you faster than you expected, and you are a little bit fuzzy.
I'm always fuzzy, but I feel real fuzzy now. He just like takes his beard and just starts stroking it.
Out of seemingly nowhere, this standard sounds inside quiet. It's getting quieter because the music is dying down. You hear the sudden crash from one side of the bar as wood breaks and gives way. Someone falls down and someone starts screaming, "Ah, this guy!" And you look over and you see someone has fell through the floor to the subfloor of the pier and apparently has broken something. And
Wow,
they're staying next to one of the people who's playing darts.
They fell through the.
They fell through the floor. Yeah.
Pell runs over, stumbles over himself.
Of course he does.
What happened?
It seems like he fell through the floor. Rotten floorboard looks like, and the guy playing darts kind of takes his foot and breaks a little bit more of the wood where he fell through.
Was that guy playing darts that fell?
No, this is somebody else.
He wasn't
Yeah.
somebody. He wasn't somebody betting.
You don't know if he's betting or not, but he wasn't one of the two that was playing darts. The two
I
playing
wanna-
darts was a Tabaxi female and one that he's a not older gentleman, but a human somewhere in his 40s. He has kind of like a brownish red hair.
I want to go over like I'm helping,
Mhm.
but I want to
I
see
mean-
if that was an accident or not.
If that guy's like still on the floor, Pell's gonna like try to get him out.
Yeah, he's still on the floor.
Well, see, I will quote unquote help, but I want to kind of assess and see if it was an accident or not.
Okay. I'll have Vorik make me an investigation check, and Pell make me a strength check to pull this guy back out of the four with disadvantage.
Oh shit! Hold on, this is a saving throw. There.
It takes you a second to get your feet on the ground there, Pell. But you grab and pull. You don't seem to be making any headway, but someone else across from you reaches in and helps, sees what you're doing and helps you and pulls him up, and slowly you two are able to pull him out of the floor. You lose your grip halfway up and drop him a little bit, and he kind of hits his head on the floor that he just got pulled out of. And then you grab him again and pull him back up, and you two can lay him on the floor, one side of the hole. It's pretty obvious this guy now has a broken leg. Vorik, from what you can tell, it seems like the boards just gave way. You don't see any marks of sawing or any kind of sabotage or anything like that, as far as you can tell.
Nothing magical.
No, nothing. Well, if you want to make an Arcana check, you can. No, looking here at this scene, him being pulled out of the hole, you look around at people. You don't see anything magical or anything that would have a magical effect on this.
Okay.
So Pell's gonna like get his leg and like kind of, as much as he can, like straighten it out and be like, hold on.
Don't.
Shut up.
Ah!
Shut up.
Can I cover his mouth?
Sure.
Shut up. Just hold on.
So
Hold on.
before someone go cover his mouth.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Ah!
Just hold on.
And his screaming starts to go down, even from under the muffle of Vorik's hand. And
It's 5 hit points back.
as soon as you cast it, Pell, no, you put Cure Wounds. Is that a do you touch him with that? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay, so you lay your hands on the leg that's broken, and as you cast the spell, you hear the bone snapping back into place and starting to mend. Ah, ah,
Just hold on. It'll be okay.
ah, what the fuck? That feels much better. Oh,
Yeah.
he tries to touch it a little bit, very gingerly, like he's freaking out. Like he's trying to put weight on it. It feels better, but he's like being very timid about putting it back on the floor.
I'd give it a minute, but you should be okay.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you, I guess.
That'll be 15 gold.
Oh shit! You fucking. I ain't got 15 gold. What do you think? Look at me.
Saved you months.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to break the leg again.
I saved you months of recovery time.
He reaches in his pocket and he ripples through what he has. It's like I got 5. You want? I got 5, and he holds up 5 pieces of gold in his hand.
I'm fucking with you.
I'm gonna take it and be like, I'm not.
Whatever. Okay, fine. And he just gets up and tries to assess his physical status.
You'll be okay. I think.
I think.
Fall through floors.
The redhead guy who's playing darts turns around and says, "That seems to happen an awful lot around me." And he just throws another dart and he goes right in the middle of the bullseye.
What is he? Just a human?
Mm-hmm.
Lucky boy.
What it sounds like to me.
And he takes another dart, lifts up, and another one, still bullseye, but a little bit off to the right.
Anything?
It's all turning up, Grover.
Anything magical going on with him?
If you want to make an Arcana check focusing on him, you can. 16. It's hard to tell. There's something going on because in the last little bit, he kind of flourishes and gives a little hip swing as he turns around, and does that, and throws the dart. You can't tell what it is, but something about him is just like a little bit off.
Hey, Vork, why don't you play darts? You look like you can throw things better
The
than me.
tabaxi who was playing with him says, "I've lost enough money. Anybody else wants to, they can." And she tosses her darts that she has left in her hand on the table, sits back and puts her feet up. She has green, almost tortoiseshell glasses on, lowered down below her eyes. A big hat on it with a big orange stargazer lily pinned into the wrapping on it, and she has several daggers on her, like obvious, like one, two, three, four, five daggers on her belt, with two potions dangling further down towards her leg, and she puts her feet up on the table as she leans backwards.
Oh, she's an adventurer. Um,
I got money.
I'll try.
I got 2 gold on the ginger. And the tabaxi throws down 2 gold on the table.
On the who?
On the ginger, on the human.
Oh, that's
I'm
fancy.
gonna put a hand on Vork's shoulder and be like, "You can do this, buddy," and I'm gonna cast guidance on you.
Ooh,
Okay.
You can just add a D4 to anything.
I just feel rejuvenated.
You playing on Grover, are you? The red haired guy turns around and addresses Vorik.
What do you say?
Are you playing on Grover? Grover is apparently this guy's name.
Oh yes.
All right. I'll have you know I am the 3-time darts tournament champion around here.
He little buddy looks wily. I bet he can throw something real good.
All right, let's go. You want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
All right. Line's right here on the floor. You stay behind that. You step over that, you forfeit. The target's numbered as typical. If you played darts before, he turns around and like over his shoulder.
I would assume I have played darts before, right?
Maybe once or twice. Not anything crazy.
Right. Yeah, I know the gist.
All right. Yep. Here we go. First one. He kind of shakes his wrist out a little bit, holds it up, and he's going to throw it at the board. Let me get my rollies on. He's a little bit low on this one. He's still center left. We'll say he's not bullseye, but he's in a medium score. I'm not going to use a national darts board for this. We'll say if bullseye is 3, medium scores 2, and everything else is 1. We'll do that. So he got a score of 2.
What are you rolling?
You're going to roll a dexterity check.
Just straight decks?
Just straight dex. You're standing in one spot, throwing a dart at a board. Dex. You take your feet up to the line, kind of get your bearings, and you lift up the dart and throw it. You match him for a 2 on the other side of the board, bearing right. Each of you have 3 darts, by the way. All right. Tit for
You can
tat.
add that D4 to it, by the way. I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Okay. All right, tit for tat. He takes his place and throws another dart at the board. He's going to get not a bullseye, but he's up in that region. He gets a 3. Bullseye's 4. All right, not too bad. What you got?
I'm gonna add the D4 to that.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll let me.
Just
We'll
straight,
do this.
you straight roll a
Just
d4.
do a custom roll.
3. Total of 12. Same as before. You kind of match yourself a little bit off center, but you're sticking. You're consistent. You're sticking right, but you're in the same area. You get you another 2. All right. So we're at 4 to 5. 4 to 5. All right. Last throw. He picks up his dart and gives it a whirl. And the dart flies just north of bullseye. Another 3. All right, that's 8 for Grover. What you got, boy? I hit you bullseye to match.
So, can I infuse this dart with my psychic abilities like I can my blades?
I'm going to say you could, but that would just instill damage. It wouldn't increase your odds of hitting at all. Or do your things have you have a plus to hit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say that if you wanted to, you can imbue it with your psychic energy if you want to, and that would basically make this dart a small version of your psychic daggers in basically every way. If you wanted to do that.
Just put it through the wall.
I'm going to do that this time.
Okay, so roll with you roll to hit. We'll say roll to hit with your psychic daggers. Okay, now roll for damage.
It's going to roll sneak attack with it. We can take it off.
So 9 damage. Okay. You take this dart and just pull it back and wing it at the board. And the dart is flying so fast people don't notice the purple energy flying off the tail of it. And it hits the board and sinks in past the needle up about a quarter inch through the actual dart and embeds itself in the wall behind the dartboard. And you get a bullseye. Damn, boy. That's a good one. Good one. And people start clapping. Yeah. All right. So that's 8-8. You want to go for tiebreaker?
Sure.
All right, just one little dart here. Grover goes up and starts pulling the darts out of the board. He sees yours and tugs at it. It's like, looks back at you and kind of judges you know how muscular your arm is. God. He turns back and yanks it out of the wall, kind of like pushes the felt together back over the bullseye and reaches behind the board and kind of pats it back to kind of flatten it out. All right, we don't need a patch on that one. All right. He holds out the handful of darts for you to pick one out.
Me to pick one? Does one seem any?
Yeah, just pick one. A couple of them seem like they're in better shape than the others, being this is a bar's dartboard, but they're all in moderately the same condition.
I'll just pick one of the better ones then.
All right. Grover then picks his, tosses the rest on the table, and as he tosses the rest on the table behind him, they'll go, and then all 5 of no, so it'll be 3, it's a 6, 4, so it'll be all 4 of them just land dart sight in the table, standing up. All right. First or second, friend? I'll let you pick.
I'll go second again.
All right. Grover is going to take his dart. He's going to rub it back and forth, kind of, up along the shaft, making it flip back and forth. He's going to flick it between his fingers. He's going to kind of get his bearings a little bit, shake his wrists. He's going to turn around and face you, Vorik. He's going to toss the dart over his shoulder at the board. And he still hits the board, but he only gets a 1. He barely hits the board. Nah, look at me bragging. There you go. Take it. Be the one you got me.
I can't let him show me up.
I'm gonna go over and rub your shoulders. Don't let him intimidate you, buddy. I'm gonna cast Godless again.
I'm going to imbue this with my psychic abilities again.
All right.
I'm going to look at him while I throw it.
Okay. Since you're not looking at your target, roll with disadvantage. Roll to hit with disadvantage.
And you can add a
Dang.
D4 to that.
I'm going to add the D4.
Add the D4. All right. Two, so 17, and good. And roll damage as well.
No.
Okay. You look at him and smile a little bit back at him and throw your dart while looking at you're keeping eye contact. Your dart hits the board, and the board loses its grip on the nail that was holding up because you hit it so hard, and it just and just kind of comes down and starts swinging off of the dart that you imbued in the wood behind it. You got a 3, not a bullseye. You got a 3, and in your dart is like making the board swing back and forth like a pendulum. Grover looks back. You've got some arm on you. You got to watch that. These things ain't meant for archery. But you got me. And he reaches out a hand to shake your hand.
I'm going to skeptically shake his hand.
All right. No problem. I understand. There's some grumbling in the background as the Tabaxi's like, she can't win for losing, and she tosses some gold at some other guy. the guy who bet on Vorik is actually the guy you pulled out of the floor.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He got his money back.
Well,
Kind of.
Vorik, maybe an intelligence check real quick.
Straight intelligence.
Yeah, straight intelligence. Yeah, with a 16, you realize now that if that guy had 2 gold to bet, he didn't have just 5 gold on him.
Lies. Maybe he made an empty bet.
And all right, I think that's about all I got for the night. Take it easy there, friend. He kind of waves a finger at the guy who broke his leg. And yeah, then I'll turn in. That's pretty good. Hey, now, as he's walking away, he turns back and points at Vorik. You know, friend, if you're sticking around, the darts tournament is tomorrow night. You'll go practice in. Hope I can see you there.
Might be something I'll look into.
And he makes his way out the bar. Let's see. I'm going to have Sam and Pell make me perception checks, please.
I call this sideways.
I'm drunk.
You drunk?
He was drunk, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You drunk?
Not sure why I done it twice.
That's fine. We'll do the first one.
Maybe.
So Sam, you noticed that the Tabaxi perked her ears up when Pell told Vorik by name to not let this guy shake him up, and she's just kind of keeping it in the air.
Oh. Oh, by the way, when we finished last time, I used my little thing, so we had like hours
Mhm.
to be able to mentally talk,
Mhm.
just in case everybody forgot.
Yeah, I'll say that should still be in effect just to this point. Like you're on the last leg of it.
Yeah, I think I rolled 8 when I rolled for it.
Yeah.
Pale's drunk as shit.
Well, actually, hang on. I forget. Was that part of your hexblade thing that we dropped because you lost your hexblade thing? I knew you lost the token.
No, the token was a hex blood. This thing is still part of my class.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then we're good.
Yeah. I already took off. When I switched races, it took all my hex blood stuff off.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you guys still have psychic communication for we'll say the next half hour.
Well, since we've all forgotten about it, I don't think we've done it, so Pell doesn't know that it can happen. Pell's just looking around. He's like, guys, I'm getting sleepy.
I want to talk to Pale and be like, "Thanks, bud."
No. I'll fall out of whatever chair I'm sitting in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Good. What? I heard things in my head.
Yeah, it's me.
Whoa. How'd you do that?
Magic. You're asking me how I did it?
I can do that sometimes.
See?
Jeffrey at the bar pipes up and goes, "Last call! Closing in 30 minutes."
I don't think I should drink anymore.
The bar is closing up in 30 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
I need sleepy time. This place not have an inn?
Can we waive the... Is he the bartender?
Yeah, he's the bartender.
Yeah, can we wave him over and ask?
Sure. He acknowledges your wave and takes a second before being able to put down whatever he's doing and make his way over towards you. After just a few minutes. Yeah, can I help you? Need anything from the bar before we close it up?
No, I think we're good on that end, but do you have rooms?
Rooms? No, we don't have rooms here. If you're looking for somewhere to rent, you can go to Chutney's Rentals. They usually do. They rent out houses, boats, carriages, and other things. If you want to rent a house for a day or two. If you're looking for just a place to stay, you can go to Helga's if she has a room or two available. But that's about it in town right now, unless you want to camp outside town. Or if you're part of a crew, you can always sleep on the boat.
Oh. All right. So I'm going to look to the other guys and be like, well, I guess we need to find somewhere to spend the night.
You can rent a boat.
Yeah,
I wonder if they would just let us stay on the boat that we're supposed to go on.
I don't know. I feel like that's presuming too much if they don't even hire us.
Oh, well, that's true. What about... Well, hell, let's go to this inn. Or, well, I don't know. What do you guys think? We could rent a house. We could stay at this inn if there's rooms available.
If anything, I like being outside. We could go outside the city and I can cast this little spell to give us a safe little bubble.
Just in the street.
Not in like outside the city. But I
Well,
also have no money.
yeah, if we do a house, though, we could split it. We're all going to be in said house, obviously.
Ugbor says, "I'm cool with anything. As long as I got some place to lay my head down."
It don't matter to me.
By this point, most everybody is out of the bar. There's only you guys and two stragglers, one of which is asleep at the bar. And just as you were conversing, apparently the tabaxi has made her way out.
Goodbye.
It was kind of sketchy.
Why don't we get out of here and we'll decide en route to wherever.
Well, let's get out here then, I guess.
Okay. You guys then, after a brief discussion, end up making your way out of the bar. The moon illuminates the city almost as much as the evening sun did. It's rising just over the bay, and you can see basically the entire city is washed in pale moonlight.
Pell just takes a moment and just stares at the moon. If you guys don't stop him, he'll just stare at it for like hours.
Ugbor says, "Well, where are we going?"
I just want to sit here and watch Pale stare at this moon.
Hey, buddy.
It's pretty
And
beautiful.
Ugbor shakes his shoulder. You alright?
Hey. Yeah. My goddess lives there.
She lives there, or is that?
Both?
That's weird. He starts to walk down the pier.
You just follow him.
We see anything, any signs or anything that may point us in the direction of places for rent or inns, or even somewhere, if we go with Pale's idea, even somewhere to get off the street to spend the night?
I mean, you remember the trail you walked to get in town. You can certainly go back that way to rest anywhere along that trail or up in the woods where you came from. Along your way, you do remember seeing the signs for Helga's and Chuckney's, kind of south on the south side of town, away from the shops and everything. Less in the retail area, more in the residential area. You see, you do remember seeing both of these signs. The Helga's was apparently a medium-sized building, not a little bit larger than a house, but just barely. And Chuckney's was just a little sign outside of just a very large shack. But you do remember seeing both of these in town. If you wanted to go back to either one of them, it'd be easy enough.
Oh, well, what do you guys think?
What's closer, in town or going outside town? From the pier, I'd say going back into town.
Yeah, in town's definitely closer. If you were to walk outside of town to make your camp in that area, it would take you at least 10 minutes. Take you about half that to find the buildings in town.
Well, we're already in town. We might as well just find somewhere to stay.
All right, well, then let's go.
Helga sounds nice.
Let's go check that out then.
Not too long of a walk leads you just on the edge of the retail area of town down into the residential, and almost on the border of the two, you see this building lined with small trees on both sides of it. The front of it faces the street. There are small flower beds that are placed on the outside of the windows, a small porch with stairs leading up 2, 3, 4 steps to the door. A lot of windows surrounding the building. The air in the night still smells like salt and smoke, where some people apparently have lit fires for their evening meals, and where some of the lanterns burn in the street. Go ahead and roll me perception, please.
Just one of us, or
Yeah, one of you. I assume it would be Vork, but whoever wants to roll perception can do that.
I'm still gonna roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
should. So I have a cocked dice on D&D Beyond. That's kind of weird. It gave me the shittier of the two rolls. It was that or a 20.
Mm-hmm. Well, Vork and Pel, even though Pel's drunk, Vork's not paying that much attention as he's just traveling to find a place to sleep. Nothing much absconds you on your way there, but you quickly reach the door and you see lights on inside. You assume it's open, and the sign means it's a business, so you just open the door and walk in. You walk in, and the door chimes behind you, and there's an older lady who's up counting cards as she's just playing some card game with herself on the front counter.
Hello, honey.
Sorry, I had to answer a question. Yes, hello. What can Helga do for you?
You wouldn't happen to have any places for rent for the night, would you?
Let me see here. She turns around and looks at the rentals board behind her that has chalk outlines of the various rooms and little markings. Appears I have 2 rooms available left. The rest of them are taken up for the night. You want one? 2?
Ooh, please. How many do they fit?
I mean, there's 1 bed in each room. Each bed fits 2.
Well, who's cuddling tonight?
Ugbor's like, whatever room I get, I'll sleep on the floor.
Oh, don't say that, big guy. We can spoon.
No, it's quite all right, and I'm sure that with gentlemen as large as you and I, we would take up the entire bed anyway.
No, don't think like
Here,
that.
here, me and the big guy will room, and he tucks his arm underneath Pell's arm. You can have the bed there, fella, and he pats your chest.
Oh, such a kind boy.
How much was it again?
She didn't say.
Oh, how much is the room?
Rooms here are they are 1 gold per night for the 2, for the size 2 beds that I have left. If I had them, we have larger beds or multiple beds in a room, and those go for 1 gold 5 silver a night, but they're currently occupied.
Oh, all right. I guess we'll take the one with the how many 2 beds?
Mhm. Yep, 2 beds. There's one bed in each room. Yeah, those would be 1 gold each. You renting them just for tonight, or for a couple of nights?
Is there a discount for more than one night?
No discount. Not for that arrangement there. But the beds do come with food in the morning. I'll have it ready in just a few hours.
All right. Well, then we'll just pay for the night for now.
Well enough. 2 gold then.
So who
And she
knows paying?
and she's holding her hand out
Yeah.
as she
Are
turns.
you good to
She's turning around backwards to get the keys off the wall, and as she's turned around with her hand over here getting the keys, she's holding a hand out towards you for the gold.
How much?
2 gold for both rooms.
2 gold. I'll do it. I'm fine with that. I'll pay both of them.
All right, thank you. She just takes the gold without looking at who paid it. All right, and that's 2 gold. Here is 2 keys. You're in rooms 4 and 5. They're up the stairs to your left. You want to go down that hallway for a bit, and they're going to be on the left and right.
All right.
The inside here seems to be a very crowded space, like a very tight space. The lady, you didn't notice until you were close enough to pay her the money. She's sitting on a tall stool. She is a halfling, a very, very heavy halfling. And she's, when she reached over to get you the keys and back to you, she had to lean over on the stools. And this place seems to be built to her size. So, Hill, after the entryway and the foyer here, it seems to be built in such a way it might give you a little bit of a hard time to navigate the hallways. But there are several different rooms in this building. It seems to be that the rooms are made a little bit smaller than would be comfortable for you. But everything is cozy. There's rugs over the place, wall decorations, pictures of people, sketches, some paintings. There's even some decorative pieces that seem to be made by somebody who wasn't quite an expert of different landscapes and carvings of different creatures, little bears and things that adorn the walls right under some sconces that have candles in them.
All right. So which one do y'all want? Oh, Pale died too. Both rooms are mine.
You look over Vorik.
Beds.
You look over.
So you're not like on my computer, so you guys don't hear everything that you say to each other.
What's that?
I had to switch headsets.
All right.
Can you guys hear yourself through mine?
No.
Okay, good.
Everything sounds proper. But Vorik, you look over and realize that your words fell on deaf ears as Pel's like almost sleeping, standing up. His head's down and he's almost snoring.
Oh. I'm just going to kind of tap him and be like, hey, bud, you want to go lay down? I mean,
Legbor holds his hand out. Here, give me the key.
all right. I'll just give it to Legbor.
And Legbor takes the key from you and then leads Pell up the stairs to the room. Do you follow him with Samael?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys get to your rooms, not hard to find. You go inside. The beds are quite comfortable. They're actually stuffed full of cotton and have quilted sheets that cover them. And it's actually probably the comfiest bed you slept in a while. This, even though it's a little bit snug for you. But taking beds and floors, whatever's comfortable for you guys rest for the night, taking a long rest. Pell recovering from his drunkenness, recovering any lost spell slots and health. You guys are able to relax for the first time in probably a while, in some regards. You have two more. You wake up in the morning to sunshine peeking through the windows, almost blinding you from the dark as you turn over in your beds. Nothing happened in the night other than dreamless sleep, blissfully taken. You smell the aura of some foods coming from downstairs, a food that you are sure you're going to devour after last night's drinking and ration food last night for dinner. There are 2 days left in the city before you embark on your trip on the Dromedary. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do in the next 2 days?
I have to go back and get my rings I bought from that old lady.
That's correct. Vork, is there anything you want to do?
Let me fuck around my spell slots real quick.
I may just mosey around town and see who I run into. Since I've seen Brewster and Hank already, I wonder who else is here.
Okay. The only other thing you know about is the dart contest that's apparently taking place tonight. You weren't told where, but it's taking place tonight during this day. Nothing else you know of is
Have
happening
any
in the next couple
flyers or
days.
anything out and about talking about the dart contest?
If you wanted to wander around town, you could talk to a few people and kind of figure out that the dart contest is going to take place in the same tavern you were in the Bobbing Cork, but it's going to be more of an official thing. They're going to rearrange the place and have up a bracket sort of competition, and there's not going to be a lot of drinking per se. There's going to be drinks offered, and I'm sure people will take advantage of it. But this is going to be a dedicated contest in the Bobbing Cork itself.
All right.
Pill, it doesn't take long after you get your belly full of breakfast, a little bit of eggs and bacon and some biscuits and things that Helga has made and laid out for everyone in the building. You make your way out of town to go fetch your rings, and the old lady who prepared your rings welcomes you as you come in and takes a moment to get her stuff together and goes in the back, comes back out rather slowly, and hands you a very small brown wooden box with brass hinges on the back, and she opens it and presents you with two overlapping rings that are laid on top of each other inside of the box on a green pillow, and she hands them over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
Not a problem. I hope that they're to your sizing and liking. We are here for any other needs you may have. If you have any particular requests or any sweet young lady you'd like to charm, we can certainly help with that, she says with a smile.
I'll keep that in mind, honey. Just the rings, though, for right now. Thank you.
You're very welcome, dear.
We'll just walk out.
But Vork is walking around town. You don't notice anybody particular that stands out to you. There's a gathering of humans, halflings, some half elves, and maybe an elf or dwarf here and there. Nothing crazy or outlandish. You do notice one dragonborn is loading some stock on the docks. No faces you recognize though. Is there any shop that you wanted to wander in while you're heading about town for the next day or two? The ones that you were aware of were the Twitling Spice, the Crafted Eloquence, which had all the clothing, Bayside Sundry and Pantry, Cut Corners Jewelry, where Pell got his rings from, and the Rat Barrel.
We've been to all those, right?
Not all of them. You've been to 3 of them. You have not been to the Sundry and Pantry or the Rat Barrel.
Let's go to the pantry.
Walking in the Sundry and Pantry, it seems like a general purpose, good store. There's a lot of onions and potatoes and leeks and vegetables and things. There's some containers of milk, some cheeses laid out, all wrapped for sale. To one side of the place, you see what apparently is a butcher that has several types of meat laid out in a display behind a piece of glass. And on one side of it, there is basically a second store attached to the grocery store that has things like rope and nails and some small lumbers, some small pieces of clothing, very common stuff, a lot of leathers and stuff for tying bridles and stuff for horses or various farm work and things like this. Um, there's a few pieces of glass and pottery and jewelry and small knickknacks and crafts and things like this made by locals you can buy.
Oh, I'm just gonna kind of mosey around and look at stuff because I can't really think of anything I would want out of here yet.
Mm-hmm. Nothing strikes you in particular. You do see a couple of bells that are lining one small section that are of different colors. One stands out particularly. It's painted a very vibrant red. There's a few odds and ends in there. Like there's a section for just things that have no other place to be. For example, there's a small container that has spices for making a soup. If you were just to combine it with hot water, this powder and dehydrated meat should make you a single serving of soup of some kind. There is a pot that has a bunch of various arrows in them, none of which seem to be of great quality. There's a few scrolls of different areas and maps and things, none of which you can tell are incredibly accurate or detailed in any way, but there's various maps of places you've not heard of before. There's a small bowl full of ash that has a cork on it, but it's just like a small bowl, but it's small enough that the opening at the top it can be fit by a cork. And there's a falconer's glove as well, sitting on the wall on a mannequin.
Oh, just the glove?
Yeah, just the falconer's glove. Yeah.
Needed to come with the falcon. Still kind of all stuff that I really don't need.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna anything valuable looking.
Nothing incredibly so. You reckon probably the most expensive things in here are going to be probably some of the meats behind the counter, or maybe some spices.
I gotta pee real quick. BRB.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna just kind of give them a wave and head out.
All right.
And then now let's hit up the other place.
The Rat Barrel.
Yes.
Okay. Heading over to the Rat Barrel. The Rat Barrel is a much smaller shop. It seems like it's just maybe 30 by 30 feet. There's no windows. The door is kind of a pallet style door, not dissimilar to the door to the Falonkort, but this one is more structured and seems like it's been made out of repurposed wood. And opening the door, you see it's pretty dark inside. Once you get inside and with the door closed behind you, then you can see various pots of weird things, some mannequins, some shrunken heads hanging by their hair on the wall behind you. There is a lot of um, dark and mysterious things, like rods that seem like they're made out of leather, and a few boxes of things that are locked, some rugs that are rolled up and then put in the center of the store next to some umbrellas, some whips and swords have been put in behind the rug along a pillar, and there's some cloaks and things, but everything in this store seems just either very dimly lit or like it's not been well taken care of. And there's a counter at the front, and one gentleman sits behind it, not really paying attention. He's noticed you're entering because it's impossible not to. The store is so small, but he hasn't said anything.
I'm just gonna approach the counter then.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Giant cat.
You look down after he addresses you, and you were surprised yet again to see a familiar face. Having grown a beard and shaved his head, but still you know him. You see the distinguished face of Captain John Garland, who is completely shed his armor, has donned common clothes, and his skin is just a touch darker from the dark skin it already was.
Oh, is that the one from the guard?
Mm-hmm. This was the captain of the guard in Hopewell.
Oh shit! Once again, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, long time no see."
He's very skeptical.
Pulling my hood back when I do that,
Sorry.
and they'll be like, "I probably look a little different than you remember."
Yes, I don't recognize you. What's your name, friend?
I'm Vorik.
No crap. Well, how have you been?
Huh? I mean, well, now. How about yourself?
I've been all right. Relocated for reasons. He looks very withholding. Yeah, I came here to trade jobs, as it were. We can. What brings you this way?
I just looking for work, making some gold, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's about the size of it, isn't it? No. Well, if you need anything from here, just let me know.
What's good? What would you recommend here?
If you need a cheap sword or something, something to repurpose or make your own, we have a lot of things you could reuse, I suppose.
Well, I mean, you kind of see how I do things. I really don't need a weapon. Unless you have something that's magical or fancy, but
You kind of perks up a little bit, leans forward. What are you in the market for?
well, realistically, I'm more leaning on the lines of fancy or magical armor.
He now gets up and actually straightens himself up in the chair. He was kind of relaxed. He's leaning forward at you. What's your price range?
I mean, depending on the item, I wouldn't go over. I would try to keep it around 500 gold.
Let me see what I got in the back. He kind of looks around the store, sees that nobody's in there. He
Would
stands.
you like for me to lock the door?
If you could, it'd be good.
Okay, I want to go on over and lock the door then.
He stands up and walks to the back. Takes some 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
While he's searching, I'm just going to like yell, make small talk with him,
Mhm.
and I'll be like, "So you said you're looking for different lines of work. That's what brought you here. Would that happen to have anything to do with the events that happened in Hopewell Harbor when I was there?"
You could say that. It's wasn't a particularly you know something I wanted to stay around for.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's kind of one reason I left. That was a very sketchy place of very interesting events.
After
So who took over then? If you're gone,
uh, Liam, I imagine, not my problem.
that's true.
He comes out after a few minutes, and he brings with him a black-looking tunic. It looks like it's perfectly shaped, but it's almost pitch black. He brings it over and then lays it on the counter. And even though it's made of a fabric, it kind of thumps down with a heaviness you didn't expect. Best I can do right now is this combat shirt. It's indistinguishable from a common shirt, but it's reinforced. It has wool and some other fabrics and materials woven into it. It gives you a little bit of a bump on anything you're wearing.
What's the enchantment on it?
You don't know?
Can I do an Arcana check and look it over?
You certainly can. 10?
Cocked again.
I mean, you can't tell anything from the shirt. It doesn't look magical in any way. Apparently, it might have something woven into it, but it doesn't seem magical.
Oh, I'm gonna be like, so what?
Okay.
You there?
Yeah,
Dustin, you there?
I think he's on the phone right now.
Okay. Yeah, my roll 20 derped for some reason. Like the whole page just closed.
It's like, no.
It's like, you don't need this item.
Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. No, it doesn't look magical in any way that you can tell.
I want to ask him. I'm gonna be like, so what makes this special? What what's? I asked for magical items. What's
Well,
magical about it?
turns out this one is has a very minor enchantment as well as the woven metals in the thread and the wool. It's simply just a little bump to armor. Best I can tell, it adds just a. If you were to numerically describe it, it would give you an additional 1 to anything you're wearing if you were to wear this underneath of it.
Oh,
But that's about all I got right now. I'm running a little dry on the good stuff. Everything else is either sold out or claimed. This will run you about 150.
about 150. Is that with the friendship deal too?
That's 150.
That's with the deal, right?
Roll a persuasion check.
With the discount. I mean, I kind of solved your case for you.
Roll persuasion. Fine. Buck 20.
Okay, that's a little better. That's a little better. So 120 gold, right?
Mhm.
Alrighty, I want to open my pouch and pull it out and be like, there you go.
Thank you. There's that. You pick up the shirt. It weighs about 4 pounds. Um, even though it's made of wool and cotton.
Damn, it's a heavy shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, what's this shirt look like?
it looks like a plain black T-shirt, just a plain black tunic. You put it.
I'm going to put it. I'll figure out how to work it out here. I may put it under my clothes.
You certainly can. It wouldn't be encumbering anyway as far as that goes, and it would be 4 pounds extra worn, and give you a +1 to your AC.
So I need to add that. It's fine. And I was equipping said shirt.
All right. Is there anything else I can get you? He goes over and unlocks the door. You
He unlocks the door.
Yeah, he unlocks the door and then comes back and sits down.
Oh, okay. Do you purchase things?
What I can afford.
Okay. Well, I know you got 120 gold now.
You don't know that.
At least.
I mean, theoretically.
What about this leather armor?
Let's take a look at it. What condition is it in?
I mean, it's just standard leather armor. I think I took it from someone.
Okay, you take it out and lay it in front of him?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let's see here. Condition it's in, resale. I can give you 5 for it.
I'll take it.
Alright. Takes the armor and gives you 5 gold. Anything else I can lighten your load on? You get, the more you speak to him, this is not the same John you knew from before. This is, he seems like he's given up or something's going on with him.
He's became Hank. What? What's up? Like, everything all right?
I mean, it's par for the course, I suppose. It's been a lot going on. Just kind of got fed up with it all.
I hear that.
Hey, listen, he'll sort towards the door again. From what I've heard, you are familiar with Brewster, yeah?
I am. I actually just saw him.
Me and him we're speaking. We've been speaking. You know how much money I didn't make as a guard captain? How much money I came here and I'm started making?
Yeah.
Let's just say that there's more money here where I'm at.
Pertaining to questionable activities?
Possibly. You can question a lot of things. You can question being a guard captain.
I mean, I see no problem with it as long as the issue of Hopewell doesn't happen here.
That's what we hope.
That it doesn't happen or that it does?
That it doesn't happen. I don't.
Okay.
I have no inclination to deal with those problems, especially on the civilian end of it.
All right. Good.
But I'll be here if there's anything else you need, or if there's anything I find that you might particularly be interested in, I'll let you know.
If you happen across any other magical things, let me know.
Think I can do that.
Maybe perhaps a cloak, boots, maybe.
He takes out something and starts writing on it. Okay, I can do that.
Gloves, perhaps as well. You know what? Just the whole wardrobe.
Just
Everything but weapons. I'm set on weapons.
Corset.
I mean, if it does something amazing, potentially.
All right. Got it. He dots the paper.
All right. Well, this has been an awful nice reunion, but I better catch up to my new acquaintances before we settle in. Or yeah.
Here at you are. He pulls out a bottle that you didn't see from under the counter. Cheers. And takes a drink and puts it back down.
All right. He just told me he's making more money here, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I was gonna tip him, but he's all right.
So, Pell, you said there's nothing else you want to do this day?
Nah, not really.
If I went through every shop and searched for stuff, I'm good as well.
Okay. Day passes and nothing much happens. You see a few runners go back and forth carrying packages and people loading stuff, shopmakers in their places tending to their individual needs. Noon passes, evening comes. You see a few people as it comes evening, and you've wandered around the city and kind of people watch for a while. You see people start to head down towards the dock. You're wandering yourself in that direction because you were thinking about attending the darts contest, and as you watch, you kind of meander that direction. By the time you reach the bobbing cork, or at least the place you can see it from, you can see that there is a sizable crowd of at least 20 people outside the bar, not to mention how many people are inside.
Looks pretty busy.
Oh shit! This is probably the tournament.
Yeah.
We need to go.
And make
I gotta get signed up for this shit.
Well, you're a better thrower than me.
I mean, you could try to. I mean, it's just more chances we have, right?
Well, I can try. I'm not very good. I'm not very dexterous or anything.
That's fine.
Might as well.
Wandering over towards the tavern, as you get closer, you hear people start to get louder. The roar of people, the conversation happening. It becomes more on you, and by the time you reach them, it is pretty darn loud. You have to almost you have to raise your voice definitely to hear each other as you speak.
Hold on one second.
I'm not good at this. Help.
No, we don't. We're good.
All right.
I want to speak to Pale mentally and be like, we can just do this. It's fine.
Okay, that's better.
Right. As you come inside, you hear the slight of music playing, but not much. It's just one or two people in the corner who are just, kind of fiddling as they judge the audience and everything. Everybody's kind of climbing around. From what was here before, you see has been pushed out of the way. This is a totally different area. The dartboard from before has been taken away. A brand new one has been put up. slightly larger in size, just ever so much, and the area has been cleared. The very center of the bar has been made into an aisle where people can throw darts at this board from the very center of the place, so everybody around them can watch the contest happen. But on the far side of the bar, right behind the bar, is a board that has been wiped of prices and availabilities, and has been instead replaced by a bracket system of people who are competing in this contest. There seems to be a total of 8 people who've well, a total of 8 slots that can be signed up for, and amongst them you see the names Grover, Wintermoon, Joshua, Clyde, and Sigmund have signed up.
I want to walk over. Is there somebody with the sign up sheet or?
The barkeeper is standing. The one you knew from last night. He's at the bar, who's handing out drinks and getting everything prepared. There's another one beside him, a younger lady who's helping him pass out drinks, but nothing beyond these two.
I'll walk up to them then.
Hey, what can I get for you?
Yeah, I need to sign up for this dart throwing tournament.
Are you throwing in? Are you okay? Well, the contest entry is 10 gold. Winner's fee, if you win the contest, is 30.
That math don't work out.
How's that?
How many people have entered?
There is 6 so far. Matter of fact, looks like 2 dropped off, so we have 4 have entered so far. We're looking for another 4, maybe. But you throw 10 in. If you win, you get 30. Triple your money.
Yeah, but there's 80 gold in there.
Yeah, 50 of it comes to me.
Why don't you 40-40? The winner gets 40 and you keep 40.
I'll
50-50.
tell you what. Next time you run a bar and run a contest in your bar and sacrifice half the tables in your place, you can make the prices, eh?
Isn't it drawing a crowd, though, and making more money?
Well, heck yeah, that's why we do it.
Well, then you're not sacrificing tables then, are you?
No, but I ain't got to lose 10 more gold to get nobody else in here. I can't handle nobody else. Look at the place. It's packed.
That's right. Business is booming.
Hey, if you want in, that's the price.
I'm going to reluctantly give him 10 gold.
Thank you. What's the name for the board?
Vorik.
V-O-R-H. Okay. Got you on there, buddy. You're in 4th. You're going to be up against Clyde to start with.
Which one's Clyde?
He's the blonde-haired, skinny one over there. He points back towards this wood elf-looking character who has blonde hair that's kind of in strands down to his shoulders. He seems like he's not been off the water very long.
Ah. All right. Pale, are you gonna?
No, I don't have enough gold for that.
How many do you have?
1.
Oh.
It's all right.
Okay. Well, you can just kind of you can just be in my corner. That's fine. You can be in my corner, man.
I can help guide you.
Yes.
You guys want anything to drink while you're waiting?
Yeah. What do you got? Like, what's on?
All right, now we're just doing the standard. We got whiskey and ale.
Oh, that's only 2 you're doing.
Nope, sorry, I forgot we have a keg over there. We have a little bit of mead if that's your flavor.
What's the prices on all of them?
2 copper per ale. We're gonna do 1 silver of whiskey, 1 silver for a mead, since I don't have a lot of it.
Pale, what are you feeling?
What time is it?
It's about It's evening. You're say about 8 o'clock roughly.
Let me start off with the water at first. Let me get the water down. I got a bit drunk last night.
Bet you did. Perhaps, maybe we'll. Yeah, I'll pass on the. I'll pass on the drinks for the moment.
All right. Fair enough. I'll be around if you need me. Takes a you hang around for a few minutes. You don't hear anything particular. People talking, nothing uncommon. Some people talk about the festival gearing up to happen in Cliff Crag, and some tales from Sunder about the fighting pits and how awesome it was to see that stuff, and how vibrant the city is down there. You hear some more tales from people at sea, and we'll have to travel back and forth over the Gulf and through the Wingan Ocean. And eventually you see two more people straggle up and sign up for the contest. One's a male dragonborn that seems familiar, appears to be the same one that was stalking the docks earlier. He signs up under the name Vilpak. And the one more human signs up after him under the name Gaz.
Is it Tabaxi here?
She is here, yes.
Did she sign?
You don't know? You don't know her name?
I want to go make some. I want to make small talk with her.
Okay. She's not too hard to find in the crowd, especially with her large brimmed hat and large flower on top, which now you notice the flower is gone. And she's just now wearing her large brimmed sun hat.
Oh.
But
Welcome.
Mhm.
Oh, you can go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's easy enough to find her and start a conversation if you wanted to.
Okay, I want to walk up and be like, "Hey, I saw you playing darts with that other guy."
Yeah, he's known for it. Just trying to engage him.
You any better than he is?
Different things, perhaps. Darts, I don't know. What's your
Ah.
name, friend?
What?
What's your name, friend?
Vorik. What about yours?
Silvermoon.
What was that?
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Wintermoon.
Manterman.
You in the contest?
How do you spell?
It's Winter Moon. Just like it sounds.
Oh, she got one of them Khajiit names. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now what you say?
You in the contest?
I am. What about yourself?
I am.
Fun. Well, so you know these other guys entering the contest?
No. Know a few of them, recognize them, don't know them personally.
Any competition?
Hard to say. A few of them is unclear what their proficiency with this sort of thing is. You seem like you could hold your own.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried. Just anything to get a leg up, you know.
Vork, what brings you around here?
Just looking for work.
Really? The curse jewel didn't do much for you?
What's she saying?
She said the curse jewel didn't do much for you?
How do you know that?
She picks up a drink and sips on it. Yeah. I know things. I have a lot of irons in the fire. She stands up and starts to walk away.
Hey, where are you going?
Gotta fill out the competition. And she walks and starts to talk to somebody else.
Does she look familiar at all?
Roll a perception. Well, we'll say history. We'll roll a history check.
Damn you.
14. The name sounds vaguely familiar. The person you don't recognize at all. After a few more minutes, the bartender calls around. All right, we're starting. This is the monthly contest of darts held in the bobbing cork known as the cork throw. Anybody who entered has paid an ante to get in the contest, and the winner will get a total of 30 gold to take home to do with as you will, or drink your fill here at the bar if you want to repurpose your funds. We're going to start in a bracket style contest, starting with Grover and Wintermoon, going down to Joshua Sigmund, then Clyde Vorick and Vilpack and Gaz. We're going to proceed there down through the bracket till we get the semifinalists, the finalists, and the winner. Shouldn't take very long, but you're welcome to stay and observe. I ask that you simply keep your voices down while the dart throwing is happening so they can focus. Any questions? You can keep it to yourself. All right, first up we got Grover and Wintermoon. And everybody starts clapping and cheering as they go up. So the same two from last night, Grover and the Tabaxi Wintermoon, first the front. In front of them, at the end of the line where they're supposed to stand, on either side of that is a small table. It's square, about a foot by 1 foot, and raised up to height to waist level. And on those tables are a set of 3 darts, one set of blue and one set of red. Wintermoon goes over to the right side where the blue ones are, and Grover goes on to the left with the red ones. Both of them pick up the dart. They look at each other. Grover throws his, and after he throws, almost immediately, Wintermoon throws hers. Grover throws his and gets barely on the bottom of the board. He scored a 1, and as soon as his dart hits, you hear a pink as Wintermoon's dart hits directly above his, and she gets a 3. From the distance you are right now, you can't tell exactly what was said, but Grover starts to say something to her. She turns around, ignoring his smiling conversation. She's totally straight faced, gets on the dart and gets ready to throw.
Anything magical going on?
Make an Arcana check. 5? Nope, you can't tell anything. Nothing from here. Not right now. So Wintermoon then takes and throws before Grover, and right after she throws, then Grover throws his. She appears to slip a little bit with her dart, and her dart goes low and misses the board entirely. And Grover's throws his, and he gets a 2 on the board. And you see Grover again say something to her, smiling, and this kind of laughing a little bit. And Wintermoon looks at her hand and kind of moves her fingers a little bit, looks back at him like out of the corner of her eye, rubs her hands on her pants, and then goes to pick up her third dart.
Hey, big guy. I'm talking to Pale. Mentally.
Hey.
You see anything questionable going on over there? Like magical? I feel like this guy's cheating somehow.
Let me see. Can I roll an Arcana?
You certainly can.
Alright.
10. You don't know for sure, but you catch a glimpse of what the best you can describe as glitter around Grover's waist as Wintermoon threw her dart.
So I don't know for sure. I can kind of sniff around and see if I can smell any magic or anything.
Do that, please.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay, let me take a look, see at that real quick. Okay.
I get it as a purple.
verbal and somatic. Easy enough in here. The verbal is easy enough to contain. Nobody notices. Somatic. Everybody's too busy looking at these this contest to pay attention to what you're doing. And after you cast the detect magic, you see the room go slightly dimmer, and certain things in the room light up a little bit. One of the things you notice um, is in their direction. You see when as they're moving around, you catch Wintermoon's tortoiseshell glasses that she has on the tip of her nose below her eyes are glowing slightly, and the belt on Grover's waist is glowing as well.
I think they're both using magic items.
So what's magical about it?
I don't know.
Let's see. You can
I
sense
can just tell if it's magic.
you weren't at School of Magic, if any. Let me see how this classifies then. Get off here. Should I gotta look at the Schools of Magic just to be sure.
Okay.
We're gonna say that you you get the aura of conjuration on both of them.
Hmm. They're both conjuring something. I'm not sure what it would be, though.
How does that assist in a tournament like this?
I'm not sure. I wasn't too keen on the schools of magic. I just know how to find it.
Well, I guess we know how to counteract that.
Then they both throw the darts again for the final time. Wintermoon throws, and again the dart seems to slip out of her hands, and it hits the board, but towards the left side bottom, and she gets a score of 1. Grover throws and hits a bullseye for a total of 3, and he wins his round. People cheer and clap, and Wintermoon again looks at her hand and wipes her hand off on her pants and her shirt. She can't seem to get something off of her hands. And she then walks away briskly and walks out the door. All right, first round goes to Grover. Second round we got Josh and Sigmund, and their round goes pretty uneventfully. One hits a good score, one hits a good score. Both bad, then one bad and good. Sigmund wins the second. Okay, we're looking at Clyde and Vorik next. Walk up to your marks.
You got this, buddy. Pat him on the back and cast guidance.
All right, I'm gonna let that guy go first.
You also got this, other guy.
Guy walks up to you. What's up, friend? How you doing?
Doing good. What about yourself?
All right, fresh off the salt, ready to go. He picks up a dart. You want first? You want me to go? Does it matter?
You go first.
All right. I gotta call somebody real quick. Hang on.
Take your time.
Go ahead.
He throws it and whiffs it.
That was Brewster.
I'm busy.
Can you hear me?
he throws it and whiffs it. It goes bottom right, barely hits the board. He gets a score of 1. Okay. Shake it off. And he shakes his wrist. Kind of gets recentered. Go ahead and roll your throw.
Throw my throw.
Throw you throw.
Straight dex or
Just dex check.
we in tournament. I'm gonna start using my psychic abilities.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a hit. 19, that's a hit. Roll for damage. Oh my god, dude. Okay, 17 with sneak.
Can you imagine 27? It's just like, well,
you break the board in half. No, you throw your dart. It hits dead center, and again, it buries itself a little bit further than it should. but it is very firmly in the bullseye. Okay, then. I see what I've signed up for. And he's visibly shaken. He picks up his second dart, takes his time, breathes, and he's going to very steadily bring his arm back and then throw it as straight as he can. And it does not do him any good. He misses the board. Same direction. He's off to the right, but he's off the board now. You got me shook up a little bit. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Go ahead and roll your second dart.
I think I'm just going to do a regular throw this time.
Okay.
Because it's not a point system. It's just if I beat this guy, I move on.
Mm-hmm. 12. Okay. You throw your second dart and you get a score of 1, but it's a solid one. It's not close to the edge of the board. It's very much in there. Okay. Last one. I guess I'm out regardless because you got bullseye. Well played, friend. And he reaches over to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand. I'm fine with that.
He shakes your hand, turns around, and throws his third dart, and then turns around before it even hits the board. And he missed the board entirely again. He's not rolling good, so he's gone.
Okay.
All right, Vorhik wins the third set. Vilpak and Gas. You see the Dragonborn, and then a dark-skinned human walk up. They nod at each other, start throwing darts. Then 1, and 2, and 3. A terrible showing from the dark-skinned human. The Dragonborn wasn't doing much better, but still got a total of 3 points, landing him the round. All right, Vilpak wins the last one. So now it's Grover and Sigmund. And they walk up and they are jovial to each other. A little bit of conversation happens before that you can't really hear. They take their darts, they throw, and on the first throw, Grover gets a bullseye. The second guy, Sigmund, he seems to have been thrown off a little bit. Like he just kind of missed up, like a pop in the knee or something, and he just got thrown off a little bit as he threw. Second throw, both of them get a score of 2. They're basically even there. And last score, Grover gets a score of 2. Sigmund barely gets a 1. He just kind of chalks it up to crappy luck, and they shake hands, and Sigmund walks off, kind of disgruntled. All right, Grover takes it again. He could be on the way. All right, Vorik and Vilpak, what you got? 2 Vs. All right, let's go. The Dragonborn walks up and waits for you to get to the line before he crosses it to take his place.
I'm going to tell him he can go first.
He nods at you. Mm-hmm. And he threw, and he's going to land a 1. His big hands are not meant for this.
All right. I'm just going to do a straight dex throw then.
Okay. Same for you. You throw and you also get a 1. Different spot on the board, but 1 nonetheless. He picks up his second one, not wasting any time, goes to the throw, and he barely makes it on the board. Another 1. You get a 2. You throw yours and land yours firmly in the around the edge of the board. You got one of those small little bonuses. On his third throw right after yours, he's going to throw and know himself a 2, but not quite as impressively. Just kind of off to the right. So go ahead and throw your last dart.
We tied at the moment.
I think you got another point ahead of him.
You're 1 point ahead of him. As long as you get a 1 or more, then you win. And you throw it, and you get a bullseye. No problem. You wind up, you center yourself, dial in, throw it, pink, right in the middle. Not even a problem. Not even beat a sweat. Turn around, and he's already nodded his head at you and begins to walk away. All right, here we are. Last round, finalists, Vorik and Grover. And all this is fun. I'll have you guys know that actually was what happened. There was nothing bad. Like my dice just crapped out in the last little bit.
It happened.
Just a bunch of fours. All right, Grover and Vorik, what you got? Who's gonna win this time?
I'll let Grover go first again.
Grover comes up and, oh hey buddy, how you doing? You ready to go?
Doing good. Go ahead.
All right, I'll be first. All right, let's do it. All right, he winds up like almost like he's taking a baseball pitch, and turns sideways, winds up, and then brings it up and around, and he is going to get solid 2. Not hard to beat, but a solid start. You're muted. That's okay. Okay, second blaze attack. Go and roll for damage as well. You got yourself a 2 as well. Okay. Yours rattles the board a little bit. You think his dart's gonna fall out for a second, but it does weaken the spot where it's at. But you do nail another 2. All right, good for both of us. All right, let's go. Grover's gonna take up his next dart, and he's going to instead of doing a baseball pitch, he's just gonna do a standard throw. You line up, take his time, and line up the shot. And he's going to hit a very firm bullseye. Right in the middle. The dart shakes just a little bit as it lands. There we go. That's what I like to see. All right. And you hear some chants around the bar of Grover, Grover. And he kind of exits on, raising his arms up with the chants. Okay, roll for damage. Yeah, segment to display. Hang on. Still not up. Matt, can you see the numbers for the hit? It's not showing for me yet.
My bad. I had a phone call. What was it now? Can I see?
The totals. It just showed me 19. It's not showing me the individuals.
Oh, 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah, it shows it above it on mine.
Yeah, I mean, it normally does. The box is there. It's just not showing it. Okay. The
fries are good. What are you mad at me about?
Oh no, I see it was in a different spot there. Okay.
You don't have to be rude.
You hit the bullseye, and the bullseye breaks through the board. Yeah,
Right.
Between yours and his, yours pushes the bullseye like the hole out of the board. And everybody goes, "Whoa!" Like just a group, just everybody like starts to cheer. Yeah. And the bartender says, "We got a malfunction there. Hang on one moment." He goes over and starts to remove the darts from the board, and your dart he has trouble with and realizes it's stuck in the wood behind the dartboard. Looks back at you, like shakes his head, turns back and yanks it from the wood. Was up to the secondary dartboard that he had, and as his backup, and place the darts back in their places in the board where they were before, then hangs the new dartboard back up on the wall. Sorry about that, folks. A little bit of faulty wood. Fixing that right there. He slaps the wall. Continue, and then he runs out of the way. All right. Last one for Grover. Let's see if I can win me some more gold. And he rolls, and he gets a very solid 2. High 2, not quite a bullseye or anything. So Vorik, go ahead and make your dart throw, but I'm going to have you make your throw with disadvantage. That was damage. I need you to roll a hit. Okay, 18. for your disadvantage.
What was that?
I was waiting for your second roll. You have disadvantage on this throw.
Oh, what I got disadvantage for?
You just do. All right. Despite your loss there, you you plant your feet. You start to feel something in your knee give, and you let it go, but you don't throw yet. You just let your body falter and then correct yourself.
Can I add my guidance to that 18?
Sure can. Okay.
19.
So you let your body falter for a second. You just let whatever happens happen, and your knee kind of gives up for a second, and it hurts, but then it recovers immediately. You straighten up. You kind of look around and take a second. Then you go to throw again, and you feel the same knee start to buckle again, but you let it happen, but don't let it affect your throw. You change your body stance and disregard that leg entirely and throw it, and you nail the bullseye. Everybody cheers. Foreign! Foreign! And the bartender says, all right, for the first time in 3 months, Grover's lost the contest. Vorik, you are now the winner. Come to the bar and collect your bounty.
I'm going to go get the winnings.
Everyone in the bar is cheering. Grover looks kind of put off but confused. And people then start to meander into the center aisle where was the throwing lane. Now the bar is just open. People are moving back and forth, creating more space by influxing the volume of 4, and they're just talking and celebrating. You get tons of pats on the back, Vorik. As you're walking up to the bar, you get handed a drink, and people are just all around giving you congratulations. When you get to the front of the bar, he's like, all right. There you go, 30 as promised, and he puts a pretty heavy bag of coin in front of you.
Good job, buddy. I knew you could do it.
Sure you don't want to add 10 more and do 40?
It could be 25, like you agreed on.
Or, I mean, we could do 35.
20 sounds good to me.
35?
15?
You said 35. You said it sounds good. Where's he at?
He's drinking in front of you behind the bar.
Damn.
Now, joking aside, we're a 30 friend. That's the contest.
I'll take it.
All right, well, folks will be open for another couple hours if you want to stay and visit. Otherwise, contest is over. Yeah, everybody starts to mingle and do standard bar things.
Where's the other gold?
You're not sure. He gave you a prepackaged little bag of gold.
Oh. Why don't my volume thing work?
I don't know.
I'm trying to turn Matt down a little bit. There we go. We got it. I didn't see where he put the other gold.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, then. I guess we're good. That was an easy 30 gold. Well, 20 gold.
Edward, congratulate you. Yeah, well done there. So you guys wanting to hang out a little bit? We going to sleep? What are we doing?
I don't know. Trying to decide. What do you guys feel?
I mean, I'm not much for drinking, honestly. I'd just as well retire. We got another day here and just relax.
Sounds fine to me.
I have no plans. We can do whatever.
Well, I'm heading out. And the board starts to walk towards the door.
All right, I'll follow.
And I'll go behind. Any see any coin purses hanging from anybody's waist in here? Since we're gonna be around a lot of drunk people.
It's crowded. If you wanted to look, you might be able to see one or two, but it's kind of hard to even move as you're going towards the door. It's pretty packed. 26 perception. You spot one on your way out, just next to the door. He's typing a conversation of a couple people. He's like on the back side of a circle.
Want to snag it as we go by.
Okay, roll for sleight of hand. 18. Easy enough. As you pass by, do you cut it or do you take it?
Take it.
You walk by and you reach for the bag, tug on it slightly, and find where it's tied off, untie it, pull it into you, and keep walking.
All right. Then once we get outside, I'll open it and see how much is in it.
Inside you find 6 copper and 21 copper. I'm sorry, 6 silver and 21 copper. Boris says, so same place as last night, or what?
Might as well.
Yeah, might as well. I would say when we get back, we need to look into one of those houses if we're going to be here for a while. I don't want to pay for one and then be gone for a month and then come back.
Boris says, well, we are leaving like tomorrow's our last day. But, the morning after tomorrow is when we're leaving.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if they hire us at least.
We got this.
So,
If it's late, let's grab something to eat.
okay. The places
And then
go on.
Then we'll head back to the inn.
The places you saw to eat were basically 2 restaurants. One called Mama Rocca's, and one is Draft House.
Did you say my maracas?
Mama, M-A-M-A, Rocca's, R-A-K-A-S.
Oh, okay. Let's go check that out.
Okay. Mama Rocca's is a very small kind of quaint place, country kind of place. It's a home-style cooked meal, more or less. You come in and all the tables are mismatched. There's different chairs at every table, and there's only 3 tables in use right now out of the 10 or so that are in here. You come in and you're immediately greeted by somebody. Oh, hey, you come in and sit yourself. I'll be right there with you. All right.
Okay.
And you find your way to a table. After just a minute or so, lady comes over. Hey, honey, how you doing? What can I get for you? You ever been here before?
Nope.
Okay, y'all look like travelers. Welcome to Mama Rocca's. We do home style food here. You guys like spicy food or not so much, or what's your flavor?
I can eat some spice.
Well, if you like, we can get you a spicy fried chicken with some rice and vegetables, or you can get a Jamaican jerked fish taco. We got fish tacos right now, and besides that, I think we got a little bit of grilled cantaloupe with some mink, or maybe some enchiladas or something.
Fish taco sounds cool.
You have any like special going on, or like a house special or something?
Honey, everything we do here is special. And she gives you like a hand motion. All right,
I like that.
if you want to get just the plate of food, it's gonna be 5 copper. If you want to get the plate of food and a drink and dessert, it'd run you 3. I'm sorry, when you normally it'd be an additional 3, it's gonna cost you 6. That makes sense. 5 for the food, and then additional one for the dessert and drink.
You have like a super sampler, like just a little bit of everything.
Oh, sure, honey. If you want to get that, it'll be 1 silver for the whole thing, and it'll be an appetizer for the whole table, and one meal for 2 people. Is how that covers. If you want to get
All right.
if you want to get a meal for everybody here, all 4 of you, you can get a sampler and some dinners, and we'll say drinks and everything. All considered, will cost you about 2 silver.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll reach your 2 silver.
Sounds wonderful. We'll be right back with you. And while you're in here, you notice that this is primarily just a bunch of locals who are eating in here. After just a short while, she brings drinks, just some hot tea, and she didn't ask you, so she brings hot tea and some fresh water, and a couple little fruity drinks for you guys to try up as part of the sampler. One's sweetened with cantaloupe, one's with raspberries. And the food comes out after that. You have a lot of seafood, some shrimp, some crabs, some boiled crayfish, a couple different types of local food, like some jerked chicken and some other spiced meats, an array of rice and vegetables. Food eats very well. You take time to stuff yourselves and just enjoy your meal. Nothing much happens. There's nobody in here really to talk. Some people come in after you, people who were in here before you leave, and you find a very good meal.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat it. Dig into everything. It's been a while since Vorix had seafood.
Ugbor kind of pokes at his food. He's like, I'm not sure that I like fish, but this isn't so bad.
You can't even be scared of the things that live in the water, buddy. Come on.
Not that I'm scared, it's a flavor thing. It's not something I'm used to.
It's good. It's good for you, too.
Oh, well, if we are done with this, what do we have for dessert?
After you guys eat your food, she brings over a couple, 4 plates of dessert. Every one of them is different. One of them is a cinnamon-based cake. There's a bowl of what seems to be white-colored pudding. There is another plate that has several shards of something caramel-colored that are pressed into some sort of baked good that has a drizzle of brown over it. And the last one is a bowl of something that looks like it's half baked, but it's been turned over, so it's like a dough that's not quite done.
I'm gonna take a little bit of each one.
They are delicious. It is like
Right.
cinnamon cakes and chocolate custards. You taste hints of caramel, pieces of the little caramelized sugar that were placed in the dessert break off in very crispy little flakes. It is an absolutely delicious dessert.
Oh, yummy. That was the best part.
Oh, are we stuffed? Are we good? I think it's definitely bedtime now.
Yep, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I'm out of it. I'm done. We heading back to the Helgas, whatever it was.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Go get another room and pass out for the night.
You know a song?
Okay, it doesn't take you long to get there. You find the same welcoming face. She offers you 2 more. There's 2 rooms available, although tonight there's actually 3 rooms available if you wanted to do 3.
It'll be alright.
Okay. Who's paying for the 2 rooms?
I'll get it again. It's fine. How much were they again?
2 gold, 1 gold each room.
Also, I wanted to leave a gold on the table back at that place when we left.
Okay, fair enough.
We tip, god damn it.
That's right. That's good food. We're tipping.
She gives you keys, and you find yourselves asleep for another night of very peaceful rest.
All right.
Vork, I want to have you roll a perception for me. Okay. Through the middle of the night, you're sleeping very peacefully. Something stirs you a little bit, though. And you turn over and look up. You don't see anything in your room. You think it's nothing, and you start to turn over, and then as you turn over, you see a shadow in your window that should have nothing but moonlight in it. There's something blocking the moonlight in your shadow. As soon as you see that, when you're over, you jolt up and look at the window, and nothing's there.
Did I recognize? That's gonna sound dumb, but did I recognize the shadow? Like, was there any certain form to it?
No, it was just a randomly shaped shadow, just a non-light, where there should have been light.
Nothing in the room.
No, nothing in there that you could see.
I want to open the window and just kind of look around, just in the
Okay.
general vicinity.
You open the window. It opens pretty easily, standard window latch. You open it and look outside. You don't see anything. You're on the second story. You look around the street. There's nothing there. You can't imagine where something would stand if it was standing outside your window. You're on the second story. But you don't see anything nearby around. You look up on the roof just to make sure. There's nothing around that you can tell.
Awesome. Well, I want to close the window.
Mhm.
I guess go back to bed. But I'm going to lay facing the window.
Okay. Fair enough. Takes you a minute to relax yourself enough to go back to sleep, but you keep thinking about it and keep looking at the window every so often. Then you close your eyes and think about it more and look at the window again. Nothing's there. Every time you think that you need to look up, you look up and nothing's at the window. So eventually you let yourself relax enough to fall asleep. Everything else goes more or less to plan, as much as sleep can be planned. You don't see anything else dangerous. Nothing else happens. You find a great amount of rest, and you wake up totally refreshed. You partake of the breakfast that's provided by the B&B, and the third and final day of your stay in Bayside is upon you.
Awesome.
Is there anything you guys want to do for your third day in Bayside before you leave in the morning to decide or to figure out if you've been selected for the journey?
I'd say I'm honestly probably going to call it.
Okay.
That way I can go nap a little bit before I go to work.
Sounds good.
But also I want to call it. That way it gives Cody and Anthony a full day here before we're going on the ship. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. All right, then that's what we'll pick up next time is the beginning of the third day in Bayside.
All right.